All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. It was a hot day in Los Angeles, but my goodness, it was a hotter day on this chart. All right, I did practice that line before I started, but I hope you enjoyed it. Look, you know how much I love the AI sector, right? And yeah, I was a little worried coming into last week's video, right? There was a little bit of some scary things happening with the 8. But again, this is why I love these lines, right? It gives you a reason to believe things might hold. Otherwise, you're just kind of holding on for a roller coaster. You know what I mean? But my goodness, look, we will get into the details shortly, but real quick, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are these horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like, subscribe, share, comment, anything you can do for this video really does help with the YouTube algorithms. But for real, just being here and giving me your time is beyond appreciated, okay? And look, I'm not perfect, I'm not all knowing, but hey, if your opinions are better than mine, throw them in the comments. I'm telling you, I'm not here to hate on them or anything like that. And if you're correct and I'm wrong, I would appreciate you telling me. You know what I mean? So um, let's get into it. And look, this is beautiful. What are we doing? We are now in all-time highs. There are no resistances anywhere up here. Like, this is a beautiful, beautiful thing for any stock, especially for what I'm calling the king of the tech world right now, right? These AI stocks. And let's be honest, I've been saying it for about 3 weeks now. I think this is about the third week. Bullfrog and Guard Force are simply separating themselves from the other smaller ones. I sincerely believe AI is still the Tesla of the group, but yeah, Bullfrog and Guard Force are essentially the Mullen, the Polestar, the Rivian, like whatever. Like, these are what the EV stocks used to do. And remember, Tesla never ran as high or consistent as Mullen did, but Tesla held it, and you know what I mean. So just you got to know what you're playing with these two. But yeah, I do believe that they're separating themselves from, a sound form AI, SOUN, sound. Jeez, I don't even know that. I just know the tickers. I'm sorry. And Big Bear, I know that name too. But yeah, again, all-time highs is where you want your, and look at this candle, right? This is a good full candle. The thing is, I at least want to call out again, I started in the beginning. Look, all we've been doing is just bouncing on this 8 moving average like a champion, right? And we basically get to use it to take us into all-time highs. This thing still wants to go up. This thing still wants to go up. We have not been trading for 50 days, so there is no red line. There's actually no 50 moving average on the, 50 average volume down here either, right? So we have smashed all moving averages on the daily, and I gotta believe, yeah, we don't even have a 20 on the weekly yet. We are just green, 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 4 beautiful green. I mean, that's just amazing, right? So yeah. Beautiful things, beautiful. This is kind of the first time I think I really wish I had a camera so you guys could see the smile, man. This is a beautiful day here, all right? And honestly, it doesn't seem like it's over. This is not quite that oversold number. We've been higher as well, right? What number was this thing? 82. What was the day before? 74. So, I mean, we made a 74 to 82 jump. I could see this thing going 72 to whatever, But we've also basically seen big candle, fail to hold. Big candle, fail to hold. Big candle did a little better, I guess. But look, big candle, all right, end of the day, this 8 moving average really has done the job and been the catch, right? But I don't know if we're going to actually see a continuation or if we're going to drop a little bit before we go again, right? Because that's kind of been the pattern. Nonetheless, the 8 moving average is doing the job. I can't stop stressing it enough. Most of my videos, we're talking about the 8 as this like shitty asshole of a line, right? Like, when it's on your good side, my goodness. And I'm telling you, the day we lose this line, the 20 is going to do its job. Like, I do not think we lose the 8 and the 20 in one go. And then I'm hoping that the 50 opens somewhere down here, so that now we have a 1, 2, 3 before we're ever talking about this 260 all-time low number. Look, do I genuinely believe Bullfrog deserves to be all-time highs ripping it? I actually don't, all right? Does that mean like I'm not trading it? Look, I don't like to tell you what my money's in, right? But yeah, Bullfrog is doing really well. And again, I think it's less about does this company deserve, dude, again, I've said it a couple times. Johns Hopkins University would never have accepted me if I applied there. They would, today's 420, they would have gotten real high and laughed their asses off at my application for real. Like Johns Hopkins is a institution that's important in a few different circles, right? But dude, how much money does that school actually have? Hey, hopefully they get other schools and other things and blah, blah, blah. But like, yeah, that single contract doesn't scream, let's take this thing from $2 to 8 something, ripping into all time highs in like less than a month, right? You know what I'm saying? So, in so many ways, I'm definitely keeping things realistic. But again, when you're over all the moving averages, I don't care if there's 2 or there's 5, when you're over all of them, when you're in all-time highs, there's literally no place I can draw a resistance. Like there's nothing that says, okay, up here, it's gonna go bad, you know? I never use wicks, so like I'm drawing nothing right here. If you want, it might be worth knowing that 950 was the high. Again, I'm not gonna mess up my charts for this, right? Like this supersedes this. The one thing I would draw, and I'm at least going to call out, and yeah, I think I'm going to draw it right there. 763. I think you need to draw a horizontal at roughly 50%. 758, whatever. Again, we're not here for perfection, right? But I could see this thing dropping to 50%, all right? Again, because it's also kind of something like this thing kind of held 50% roughly. This thing actually lost it a little bit, but again, the 8 does its job, right? I'm not going to draw it, but that's basically a 50% line right there. I think I could see it coming here. I can also see the 8. Look, I don't know the math on the 8, right? But it's definitely going up at a pretty steep pace. So tomorrow, it might come to roughly here, a little bit lower than 50%, right? But yeah, either this thing is going to come down to 758 or we're ripping through all-time highs, blue skies, amazing. And I'm looking out my window right now. It is blue as hell out there, and it's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, gotta love it. And again, we already flashed the weekly, right? But look, for now, these 2 stocks, the one that we just looked at, as well as Guard Force AI, these 2 are going to be separating themselves. Once they don't, I'll rearrange them, right? And again, I'm not trying to say my order is the best. For all I know, there's better fundamentals on the other ones, right? Like just talking charts. Yeah, Guard Force is this next one. And again, I do think it's been separating itself, again, because of these monster rips, right? And today wasn't necessarily a monster rip, but we at least break that little downtrend right here, right? So it does its job. Unfortunately, as I zoom in, I don't think we broke the 8 moving average. Yeah, the 8 is at 69 cents. You can see that. And then Guard Force closed at 52. So, I would look, if you're not in or you're looking for like a what's a good rip it position, I would basically set an alert here at, yeah, 24, what is this, 55? So let's do 24. Sorry, my cat was at the door and my wife did a real smooth let her out, but like it messed me up. Sorry about that. 24.56 is going to be my Guard Force alert. Again, hopefully, first off, we're still under the 8, right? I definitely need this to go over the 8. That's why I'm not even going to like set the alert here, because I could see it trying to and failing. I think breaking this is pretty important because obviously you're going to break this little insignificant in the red, but roughly speaking, we're talking about 50% candle, and this I would say is well above 50% candle, right? So yeah, again, I think that 24 20 why yeah 24.55 perfect, sorry about that. Okay, cool. But again, we have lost the 8, right? This is definitely one day under. This is actually a confirmation of being under. If I'm looking at the RSI, oh man, so the 5 is actually, so if you look right there, RSI 14 is at 16 cents, right? 51.16. The red is actually technically over, all right? Again, 80% of the work is up here, and for me, get over the 8 moving average, and like these ones will kind of take place, like they'll figure themselves out, right? But yeah, volume's been a little insignificant the last few days, right? You can see every single one of them is actually under the 50 line, right? But yeah, a little volume pop getting back over the 8 moving average would be a good thing. And then again, I think we're getting close. Okay, that's the next channel onward. So I will be drawing some more lines soon, but I think for now we're just gonna kind of hold this. Um, yeah, again, not too much more here, right? This was a killer day for both of them. Interesting right here, right? So again, I always say we have tomorrow's trading, right? So hopefully tomorrow fills this up and it becomes less of a doji. But I always say, right, a doji next to or on one of the lines, either the moving averages or one of my lines, generally means next week should be pretty telling. All right, so let's see how Friday closes. Hopefully, like I said, we go up a little bit more, closer to that 25. If not higher, and let make that less of a doji. But yeah, gotta love that golden cross right there, right? The 8 definitely rips through the 20. It looks like it wants to rip through the 50 as well. Look, things are really bad when the 8 and the 20 are going down on the weekly. This thing is really making it look like it wants to go up on the weekly. We've now smashed the 50 moving. We drop a solid confirmation. And again, this doji right here might be saying, hey, we're ready to enter this channel, right? So maybe a little bit of noise comes right here around 30.50, give or take, basically the top of this one right here. And give or take, that's actually a good midpoint between the two lines. So I'm actually going to draw that. I'll see what that looks like on the daily shortly, but I think that's a good line to have right there. But yeah, doji next to a line. Let's see how it ends tomorrow. Should be pretty telling next week. But oh man, again, these two are definitely on a league of their own until they say that they're not. So trade safely out there, man. AI is king. Have a great one.